Welcome to the latest episode of First Impressions, where I try out brand new video games so you can see whether you think you'll enjoy them before you ever have to spend a penny on them. And today we're looking at Dune Awakening. I actually played the character creator for this game before it was released. They released a character creator kind of demo, so I'm hoping the character that I created is ready to roll in this game. It said it would be. Dune Awakening, for those of you that don't know, is a brand new survival game from the guys over at Funcom set in the Dune universe. So the game is described as rise from survival to greatness and challenge the power of the Imperium in Dune Awakening, a multiplayer survival game on a massive scale. Survive the sandworm, craft your ornithopter, build a fortress and ascend to power on an open world Arrakis shared with hundreds of other players. I'm slightly nervous because I've never really played a game like this. Certainly not a big survival game with hundreds of other players. I've heard people describe it as kind of Rust in the Dune universe. I've not played Rust before. And there was another game that was described by that Funcom also created. It's got very positive reviews so far, and I'm excited to play it. So without further ado, let's jump into the game. But before we do, if you haven't already, please do hit that like and subscribe button below. I'd love to have you as part of the community, and it doesn't cost you a single thing. Anyway, let's get into the game and see how we do.
Amongst the wild threads of history and the myriad of paths. My path saw the Imperium rise from the ashes left in the wake of the Great Revolt. Thou shalt not make a machine in the likeness of the human mind. With that commandment, new avenues of human potential were explored. Mentats, Suk Doctors, Sword Masters, and the mystical Bene Gesserit Sisterhood. But it was the Navigators and their monopoly on space travel that set the conditions for the Imperium. But I am telling you of the universe you already know. Let me describe the one you do not. In this other universe, my mother, Lady Jessica, consort to Duke Leto Atreides, gave birth to a daughter, a girl they named Ariste. Because of her obedience to the Bene Gesserit, Lady Jessica is trained as a truth-sayer.
The graphics in this are just unbelievable.
Because of that training, Lady Jessica was able to detect Dr. Yue's deception. Because of the forewarning of his betrayal, House Atreides survived the Battle of Arrakeen. Because of their survival, the Emperor declared a full-scale war of assassins. Because of the war, the Sardaukar were deployed to ensure spice shipments continued without interruption. Because of the Sardaukar, the Fremen were eradicated. There was no Muad'Dib, no Lisan al-Gaib, no Kwisatz Haderach. I see a universe where I, Paul Atreides, was never born. All my visions lead to horror, except this one. This one leads to you.
Leads to me.
Approach, prisoner.
So this is the section that I did in the demo where you do your character creation. So I do wonder whether it's kept that character. Don't think it has. We'll see. Or has it? I don't remember what I did. This seems more advanced than it was previously. I'm just gonna go with this preset. Nice low voice. Increases chest size a little bit. I'm going to go with like a standard character preset because there's already a video. If you guys want to see that, I'll put a link down in the description. I've already done a video on the character creation. There is lots lots of options within the character creator. It's really impressive what they've done here. They've done a lot of work on the character creation to have lots of different looks, skin tones, tattoos, eyes, eye shape, nose shape, mouth shape, lip shape, all of that kind of stuff. It's all in there, so you can really, you can really get deep into it. So I'm just going to go with the standard character. Charm is the name. Unlock. Dune Awakening features a guided journey that locks the research menu until certain steps are completed. Advanced Survivor players may prefer to unlock this screen. We're just going to go with the standard recommendation. Let's get into it.
Have they told you what I am?
Yes.
Then I will sift your words for lies. Let's begin. Where were you born?
Heavily industrial world. Baronial seat of House Econon. Controlled by a network of dense urban enclaves. A rich, verdant agri-world of rolling hills and river-fed valleys. That sounds nice. A temperate but storm-wrecked... the ancestral home of Trades. Green and pleasant world with satellite-controlled weather. I think we're going to go with Chiswick.
A music world. A grand center of the arts. The Order of the Imperium is rooted in the Farfaluches. A place for every man, and every man in his place.
Where is your place?
Where is your place?
Educated caste that serves the great houses and administers imperial bureaucracy. Bondsmen are known casually as citizen class. Caste reserved for essential members of noble households. Retinue Na Familia are afforded certain privileges and protections by their status. Ion, the vast peasant labour force that drives the imperial engine. Ions are bound to the fief in which they live and are considered the property of the Lord. I think I'll go for Pion.
Above your station. Most peons go their entire lives without seeing the inside of
Peon, not Pion.
You had a mentor in your youth, trained by one of the schools. Who was your mentor?
A swordmaster, a Bene Gesserit. I think I'll go Swordmaster.
From the failed house of Ginaz, I assume. What a waste that whole affair was. The test is almost complete. Have you spoken truth?
I've spoken truth.
Kneel.
Graphics are really great in this game.
Put your
Really great.
hand in the box. I hold at your neck the Gomjabar, the high-handed enemy. Don't pull away or you will die. Great plots are afoot in the Imperium, and the currents of intrigue run deeply. Arrakis is the key, and the Fremen are missing. You will go to Arrakis as our agent, prisoner.
Okay.
You have one task.
You got one job!
Wake the sleeper. Everything depends on this. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. You speak truth. But here is the rest of it. There is only one rule. Keep your hand in the box and live. Withdraw it and die. An animal would gnaw off its own hand to escape the pain. And we can only be served by humans. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. You will know when it is done.
Will I? How will I know? How will I know? Wow. Love the music as well. Dune Awakening. Hopefully it's going to kind of take me through what I need to do. I've got no idea currently. Am I on that ship? Is that where I am? Uh-oh. Oh, gosh. Help me. What's happening?
You're wrong. It's just an awful. No, not the Al-Shaheed Ahadi. No, Arista said it was just a dream. I agree, but she is almost Sayadina.
Where did they drag me to? Oh, there's a bat. I'm a Batman. I'm Batman. These guys look pretty dehydrated. Going to see if I can find them a drink of water. There's even artwork on the cave walls. Oh look, there's that bat. Do I follow the bat? I like bits of spice that I can see in the light. The lighting's really great in this. Crafting menu allows you to craft useful items from components you find in the world. Craft a scrap metal knife to cut through the membrane blocking your path. B to open the crafting menu. Crafting. Finding water. You need to hydrate. You can partially replenish your hydration level by drinking dew from flowers. I cannot drink anymore. How about here? Can I drink here? There's only a certain amount you can drink from the flowers. Plant fiber. Plant fiber can be found and gathered all across Arrakis. Gather plant fiber to craft a heal kit. Open the crafting menu. Craft that. Oh, I've crafted 2, I think. By accident. 2 to use heal kit. Can I drink any more water from these flowers, or? No. Climb. Up we go. Keep going up. Keep collecting those plant fibers. In we go. Off we go out into the world. The dangerous world of Arrakis. Looks so epic, and the music's so epic too.
So then, you're not quite dead. Now you will know a thing that few but the Fremen have seen. For many, the last thing they saw before they were slaughtered.
It's interesting to me that this, you know, has this story running through it, but it's this open world survival game. You know, with other characters playing in real time. You know, how they weave the story into that.
Come, let us speak of our escape. Twin comets in the sky, a rebirth from fire and death, and a Sardaukar net closing around us. Your survival heralds interesting times, Offworlder. There's a way through the barricade, if you do as I say. We're gonna need one of their ornithopters.
Okay.
The protocol is to remain aloft and kill anything that moves from above. That's where you come in. If you can slip back onto the Proteus and locate the command module, you can activate the captain's personal emergency transmitter. He's a noble. They're not allowed to let him die. Leave the rest to me. Yeah. Take this Communinet transceiver. It's essential for planetary communication.
Okay.
Now go, and be quick. The Mother Storm is upon us.
It's really good. I mean, the balancing of resourcing is one thing. You know, I haven't even got out into the world where I'm dealing with other characters yet. I'm just kind of with NPCs and stuff. But the crafting, the resource management, the mining, and then the story weaving into that, I just think it's great. You know, graphically, yes, it's nice, especially with the cutscenes. You know, it looks brilliant. But just the whole thing with Arrakis, right, in the Dune world, is that it's this hostile, everything's trying to kill you. You know, there's no water. It is a hard place to live, but it's also the kind of source of spice, the most valuable substance on Earth, in the universe. And you know, I think they've really captured that. You know, you go out into the sun, you're in trouble. You go out into the sandworms are going to get you. You don't have enough water, you're going to die of thirst. It's just, everything is hostile. But they've not made it so challenging, so difficult that you don't want to keep playing. Like, I really want to carry on. I really want to keep going, build my base, you know, craft new items, learn new things, build up my skill tree. You know, it's just so well done that it's going to keep pulling you back in. I mean, I just died, and I just want to carry on. I just want to carry on. I want to go back into it again immediately. I don't really know what to say other than this is brilliant. And I wasn't sure really with a survival game. Sometimes they can be a bit brutal and a bit tedious and a bit, you know, oh God, now I've got to do this, now I've got to do that. But this doesn't seem to have that feeling to it. It gives you just enough that you want to keep going, but not so much that it's super easy. You know, I really recommend this. Cannot recommend this enough. Obviously, I was gifted this game. Take that into account. But for me, as a person that doesn't really play survival games, you know, I'm generally, my favorite types of games are a real kind of heavily story-driven on-rails games. So open world and survival scare me a little bit. But I think this weaves in the story enough that it keeps you locked in and gives you enough guidance that you're not absolutely confused about what's going on, which is the other thing. I need a little bit of hand-holding. So if you're concerned about picking this game up and being like, oh my God, it's just going to be this vast thing, don't know what to do, don't know where to go, don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm really just at the very earliest stages of it, where it's like really guiding you. You know, I think when you get out into the open world, you can discover a lot of things for yourself. The world itself looks phenomenal. You know, there's all these little nooks and crannies, caves. There's plenty of open desert, but lots of places you get shade. I think I'm gonna jump off and build my base. That's what I'm interested in doing. I'm essentially in the tutorial stage, and I'm like, yes, this is what I wanted from this game. Yes, this is good. I think if you like the Dune world universe, then you're gonna love this. I think if you like survival games in general, you're gonna love this. I think if you like open world games, you're gonna love this. I think this crosses a lot of genres and does a really good job of doing it. And the reviews have been really positive so far. So highly recommend you go and pick this up. I'll put a link down to the game below if you haven't already had a go. Honestly, very, very good. Congrats to the devs on this, because this is a big undertaking. This is a big IP. It's a big world to step into. And I think they've done a great job. I also like how they've put it in a slightly separate universe, an alternate reality, where it takes you away from the direct kind of canon of the Dune universe with Paul Atreides and that story. Because I think when you do that, then there's all these expectations about what that's going to be. Whereas this gives them a little bit more freedom to go, okay, well, this is not trying to be a faithful reenactment of Dune. It's just set in that world. Really well done, devs. You should pat yourselves on the back. I'm sure you guys are already doing that. But yeah, congratulations. Great game. Make sure you get it, guys. And if you haven't already, do hit that like and subscribe button below. Absolutely free of charge to do that, and you get lots more content like this. If you do want to support the channel from a monetary perspective, then feel free to go to ko-fi.com/charmthegamer. You get early access to content like this, as well as a bunch of other benefits, or you can click join below to join the YouTube membership program. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you as always. Let me know what you think of Dune down in the comments, and I will see you on the next one.